Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tim McCullough with another video. Today we got another VGC 2016 Wi-Fi battle here on the battle spot, and today we're going to be going up against yet another dual primals team. Increasingly popular on the battle spot, I guess. At the U.S. Nationals, they didn't do too well. Top teams were like the Xerneas Groudon kind. I don't know about other countries, but my opponent had the dual primals, Kyogre and Groudon, with Gardevoir, Amoonguss, Landorus, and Thundurus in the back. Landorus T, Thundurus Incarnate. So, seeing that, the Mega Gardevoir was really popular last year. It's a known Trick Room user, very common Trick Room user. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, my opponent is probably gonna have a Trick Room team, since I mean the primals can be pretty slow. The Amoonguss is a really slow Pokemon, so it can really take advantage of that Trick Room. So I decided not to bring my Porygon 2, because I'm like, if my opponent sets up the Trick Room, then that'll be good. For me, I'll let him set it up, and that's kind of a gamble I took going into this, but I was like, I need the Lapras to deal with the dual primals, and also the Landorus if it comes, and it can also hit Amoonguss and Thundurus for super effective ice type moves as well. And Rayquaza is going to provide some nice offense for me, especially if he brings the Amoonguss, and if I have Lapras out with Groudon out and stuff. So just a whole bunch of options that it gave me to bring the Lapras. So I go with Groudon, Aegislash, expecting the Trick Room to come out, and so the only thing that sucks is he's gonna get the Intimidate off here. But I like my position because a Hyper Voice from the Mega Gardevoir is not going to do very much damage, and I'm going to be able to get a nice. The thing, if he's slow, a Gyro Ball, especially since I'm intimidated, isn't going to do much, even though his defense is lower. And so the Shadow Ball will do some decent damage, but he's immediately going to switch out and go into the Kyogre. And the thing here too is, I was kind of debating because Gardevoir's hidden ability is Telepathy, so that Landorus could have Earthquake, and that Gardevoir could not Mega Evolve and just stay with Telepathy and hit both my Pokemon for super effective damage. So I go for, or he Mega Evolves here, so wasn't going for. Obviously, he switched out, so he wasn't going for the Telepathy Earthquake play. But I go for the Protect on Groudon and also on the Aegislash because I wanted to see what this guy was going to do. And the Landoruses are usually scarfed or banded, so he would have blocked himself into something. But he goes for the Hidden Power into Groudon. When I saw him switch out Landorus into Kyogre, I was like, okay, this Gardevoir is going for a Water type move. So I got kind of lucky there that I was just kind of scouting out. But so here he's going to go for the Hyper Voice, and I switch out into Lapras because I'm expecting him to go for a Water type move. And sure enough, he goes for the Origin Pulse. So I'm going to restore pretty much all that HP that I just took. And Aegislash going to take an Origin Pulse to the face. So it's going to put me at low HP. But I'm going to get a nice attack off onto this Gardevoir. I go for the Shadow Ball since it's probably going to do more than the Gyro Ball since I'm intimidated. And we get the knockout. We get the critical hit, which is... the crit mattered, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Aegislash is pretty powerful, and that was stab super effective, but I still think the crit mattered. So he didn't get to set up Trick Room, and that's a huge knockout for us. So he's going to bring back in his Landorus, since here I was like, he's got Landorus and Groudon, so he decides to bring in the Landorus instead of the Groudon, which I think is a better play because I could have switched in my... I remember he took a while to make that decision. But I go for the King Shield here, and my Lapras is Assault Vest, so if he goes for something like an Ice Beam, I should be able to live. So he goes for the Rock Slide, which is going to deal quite a bit of damage to me, and he also has the Thunder, and I was like, oh, of course he has Thunder. So that sucks that we lost Lapras. I mean, it was a good answer for his 3 remaining Pokemon. I should have gone, if I knew he had Thunder, I would have gone for the Ice Shard, obviously. So, I mean, it's unfortunate because Lapras was really good against his 3 remaining Pokemon. But I bring in Kyogre because I was like, I want to save Groudon still. So he's going to switch out his Landorus into his own Groudon, which I found interesting. I was thinking he was going to switch out into Groudon. I didn't know if he was going to switch out his Kyogre or if he was going to switch out his Landorus into Groudon. I was leaning more towards the Kyogre switch into Groudon, since I don't like it. The only thing his Kyogre, well, I guess he could go with Ice Beams as well, since Rayquaza is out on the field. But I Mega Evolve, since I don't want to get hit by a Thunder, and he's probably got the Ice Beam as well. So he only has one. If he has Protect, he's only got one Water type move, the Origin Pulse. So Delta Stream is going to come up. Luckily, Groudon's not going to be able to attack, but I go for the Wide Guard since the I was expecting an Origin Pulse or the Rock Slide coming from the Thunders. Excuse me, the Landers. If I was predicting, like, I wanted to get that off into the Landers, not the Groudon. If I knew Groudon was coming in, I would have gone for the Draco Meteor. But he's gonna get the Ice Beam off onto Rayquaza. I'm at -1 defense. It leaves me at 11. It doesn't matter. I have Focus Sash, so even if it brought me down my Sash, I would have survived. So here I make. I'm thinking, okay, well, what he's probably gonna do is go for an Origin Pulse to knock, and like a Fire Punch or something into that slot to pick up the double knockout. So I go for the Draco Meteor here onto Groudon. I was actually surprised that I outsped. So here it kind of gave me the idea that it kind of gave me the sensation that his Pokemon were slower, like it was a Trick Room team. So we're going to pick up the knockout on the Groudon, fortunately, and he does go for the Origin Pulse. So I made a really good prediction there. And so now we're up 3-2. And my opponent's going to bring back in the Landers, which sucks because these are both physical attackers. But now he's not going to be able to bring up the rain. So as long as I keep Groudon on the field, he's not going to be able to go for any water type moves. So I go for the Double Protector because I want to see what his Landers is going to walk itself into. And so sure enough, we do see the Rock Slide. And he also goes for the Ice Beam into the Groudon slot. Since, I mean, he thought the Rock Slide was going to take care of the Rayquaza. So here I'm like, I just need to take care of this Kyogre, because if I can take care of Kyogre, my Aegislash can come in and just Wide Guard all of his Rock Slides. So that's kind of my main priority right now. And it's a good position because the Kyogre isn't going to be able to do, like, the only thing it can do to Groudon is Ice Beam. So, but the only thing I can do to this Kyogre is Precipice Blades or Rock Slide. And Rock Slides, well, I guess I can go for the Fire Punch as well, but it's not as strong. So I'm kind of forced to go into the Precipice Blades. So, I mean, it's pretty much what it comes down to first is who can knock out the opposing Primal first. So I go for the thing. So you see, last turn he went first, and this turn I go first. So it shows that his Kyogre is also minimum speed. And here he goes for the Thunder, so he's targeting down the Aegislash. He connects, which is really unfortunate. And what's even more unfortunate, he picks up the Paralysis. So there's that chance I'm not going to be able to get off the Wide Guard. So what's interesting here is my opponent goes for the Protect on the Kyogre, which I guess kind of makes sense. But I mean, even if I get paralyzed and I don't get the Wide Guard off, the Rock Slide's only going to take out Aegislash. It's not going to take out Groudon. So in the end, it doesn't really help him out too much. And so here I go for the Fire Punch because I'm like, okay, well, what the Precipice Blades were doing, the Fire Punch should take it out since it's going to be Stab and in the Sun, even though it's resisted. So he gets the Double Protect, which I'm okay with because I get another Wide Guard off. So I mean, the damage is just neutralized right now. I can Wide Guard as much as I want. It's never going to fail. So so now we're going to go round 3. See, I think a mistake my opponent did, I think he should have gone for Ice Beam into the Aegislash slot. So he goes for a Triple Protect and he fails. Because I think now, like, even if I get hit by a Rock Slide, I'm going to survive. Because it's going to be resisted and it's not even Stab. So I go for the Fire Punch here into Kyogre to pick up the knockout. But it hangs on with like 1 HP. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't want to risk the Precipice Blades miss, so I was going for the safer Fire Punch. I thought it'd knock it out, but it doesn't. So you see the timer runs out, and I end up beating my opponent. So that's unfortunate for him. I mean, to be honest, he was the one running the timer down. I was just trying to get it over with. I'm like if I'd knocked out his Kyogre, I would have let the timer run down. But I feel like at the end he kind of misplayed there. I feel like he should have gone for the Ice Beam into the Aegislash slot when it was at 5 HP. But I mean, I understand he was also trying to protect his own Kyogre. But I feel like he could have capitalized a little bit more on that low HP from the Aegislash. Because I think even in the 1v1, my Groudon wouldn't have done too much damage to his Landorus. I mean, that last turn when the timer ran out, I went for a Shadow Ball Fire Punch into the Landorus slot, since I was predicting Protect from his Kyogre. So that probably would have been enough, because Shadow Ball would have done like 75% to him, and that really would have sealed the deal. So we got a little lucky with the critical hit early game against that Gardevoir, which knocked it out. But I feel like even if he set up Trick Room, it probably would have been more. Like, I don't know if the Landorus might have been banded, but if it was Scarfed, I mean, the Trick Room would have helped me out, since all my Pokemon would have been faster than the Landorus under Trick Room. So all in all, a great battle. I remember this opponent had like an 1800 rating. He had a super high rating. I had no idea why I got paired with him. I'm like in the 1600s. So all in all, a good battle. This one was really, really close. I mean, I probably barely won off that timer win condition. So that's gonna be it for this video. I really enjoyed this one too. I mean, the last one I had and this one were just absolutely incredible, absolutely close, insane battles. I feel like my predictions are getting really good. So really important to make good predictions. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys want to battle me, go ahead and let me know. 6v6 singles, if you guys want to do doubles, whatever. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.